2 interceptions in the first half, but he bounced back with a touchdown run and TD pass in the second half. The Ravens dominated the Raiders, and they're now 6-5 this season. But Shannon, how would you grade Lamar's game?
Skip, I don't, this or that. He's a rookie or that. I just grade.
Okay.
You come to my class, I teach advanced classes. If you're in here, you get advanced grades. I gave him a D.
Really?
He only, Skip, because think about it. He only had 25 attempts, and he threw 2 picks in those 25 attempts. Now, what he does have playing is the #1 defense in football playing behind him. So he was able to get away with that, plus he's playing the Raiders. And we know the Raiders, they done packed it in. I don't know who's going to be the #1 pick, but I think the Raiders are trying to get it. And then you couple that with Dallas pick, and then they got picks next year, and they got a pick from Chicago. So they got 3. They're going to have 3 first-rounders this year, Skip. Look, I believe he will remain the starter for the simple fact, Skip, we know what Joe Flacco is. I do not believe Joe Flacco is in their future plans. You don't trade back into the first round to select this young man, get an opportunity, because normally what they do, if you make a decision that, okay, we're going to draft a quarterback, we're going to stay with the veteran, all of a sudden we fall out of the playoffs, we're going to put the guy in. You don't go back to the guy, you don't go back to the veteran quarterback unless the rookie gets hurt. But Skip, what this does is that these are meaningful games. And I believe Lamar Jackson will get more from this because they're right there on the cusp of the playoff. They're in the wild card spot. They're right there. But he's getting more. He'll learn more from this than he would in meaningless ball games. They're out of the playoff. They got nothing to play for. So I believe they stick with Lamar Jackson. But his performance yesterday leaves a lot to be desired. He's a ways away from being the quarterback, and I think this is very valuable for him, Skip. But yesterday, I mean, you look at his performance. I mean, it was erratic. His accuracy wasn't very good, but he got some legs that can get him out of harm's way. And they're doing Marty Morningwig, the offensive coordinator, is doing a great job of putting him in a situation where he can succeed. We're not going to ask you to throw a whole lot. But when they don't ask you to throw a whole lot, Skip, the one thing you can't do is put the ball in harm's way. Because if you fall behind, they don't have the type of offense with him in the ball game that they can come back. So that's why I gave him, because I thought he played. Now, he did flip it around the second half. He got better. But playing against the Raiders, you play against better teams, you can't do what he did yesterday and expect to win.
So I'm going to amplify on your grade by saying just on pure performance, I give him a C+. But on impact, I give him an A. Just on impact on this franchise, on the fandom, on the defense.
Right.
I love what this kid brings to Baltimore. I loved it before the year. I told you before the year I would close my eyes and throw him right into the fire because I've seen enough of Joe Flacco. Maybe, one of the top 10 playoff quarterbacks in history, easily top 10. And yet, in the regular season, he's been below average. Since they gave him his money, which they did twice, he's been below average. They've missed the last 5 of the last 6 years. And all of a sudden, this whole franchise has been re-energized by this kid taking the reins. If I know John Harbaugh, and again, I don't know whose call this is. You probably know the Ravens better than I. Is Ozzie going to have a call? Is the owner going to have a call? Steve Bisciotti? I don't know who calls the quarterback in the end. Whose decision is this? The buck stops where? If it's John Harbaugh's decision, I'm just going to guess he goes back to Flacco. That's just me because that's who, you dance with who brung you, and he believes in Flacco because Flacco won him a lot.
Well, there's a chance that they don't make the playoffs. John Harbaugh's not going to be in the Ravens' future plan.
I got you. But he's old school. He's meat and potatoes. He would think he would have a better chance to springboard from here with what Flacco. Have there ever been 2 quarterbacks more opposite than Joe Flacco and Lamar Jackson? No. Ever. And so it's how you play the game. And all of a sudden, my man T. Sizzle is energized yesterday. He's running one back into the end zone.
And he threw the juke move on the guy.
I know.
But when you think about in today's game, when you can hold a team to under 250 total yards, in today's game, the way the offense is wide open and they're throwing the ball, and give up 17 points. And they possessed the ball 34 minutes to 28 for the Raiders. That'll win you a lot of games.
It'll win you a lot of games. Look, QBR will never love Lamar Jackson.
No.
Stats will never make his true case. Your eye test is what shows you what he can do because every once in a while he just gets loose. And every once in a while he throws a nice ball. that goes for a touchdown.
The likelihood of him having games like Drew Brees, where he has as many touchdown passes and incompletions, that's not him.
It's not the way he's going to play. And over time, you're going to have to accept what he is and what he isn't.
Right.
But what he is a lot.
He's electric.
And remember what happened 1 week ago today, because Michael Vick sat right there and said, he's faster than I am straight line down the field.
Yes.
Okay, so when he gets loose, he can really fly.
And Skip, you get 43 attempts for 242 yards, you're going to possess the ball, but the one thing you can't do is put it in harm's way.
No, you can't. And both of his interceptions got tipped by DBs at the point of catch.
But the one up the rail, Skip, up the sideline, that was a horrible throw.
Okay.
I don't know what he was thinking on that one. You got to throw it's got to be up and down. When you throw a rail shot like that, when you have a free safety that's going to come over the top, that ball's got to get up and down.
Okay, I got you. But just remember, Peyton Manning led the league in interceptions his rookie year.
Yeah.
So you get thrown into the fire, it's a hot fire.
Yeah.
So he's got thrown into a playoff fire, and this is only his second start. I'm not overly defending him. I'm just saying he's going to make those mistakes.
Yes.
And yet, I do think I watched him so much at Louisville, and Bobby Petrino did a really good job with Lamar.
Yes.
Putting him in the right positions to maximize what
Look how Louisville looked without Lamar Jackson.
I agree.
Bobby Petrino got fired.
He got fired. But while Bobby was there, he did good things with Lamar.
He did.
And Lamar, his velocity is above average to me. It doesn't look that prettiest when it comes out of his hand, but he throws a nice ball that can be just accurate enough. It's never going to be deadly accurate. But again, I think this defense is liftoff right now. And again, they're sort of thriving on him, and he's feeding off them. Right. And you better not go back to Fluco. It'll take the air right out of you.
And that's why I believe they stick with him, Skip, because he needs time. He needs playing time experience. And he gains nothing by going back. Like he did get 2 games this rookie season. No.
Well, obviously, John Harbaugh just needs to make the playoffs. So he's not caring about developing Lamar Jackson, right?
Well, here's the thing. I believe the development of Lamar Jackson is more important than the Ravens making the playoff.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, that's a mouthful because Ozzie, this is his last hurrah, right?
Oh, he'll still be around. They'll still be able to bounce ideas off him, but he's going to be able to sit back and kick his heels up.
Okay, so if you're John Harbaugh, heart of hearts, what do you want to do? I think you want to go back to Flacco.
Well, if you go back to him and Flacco's not in your plans in 2019, then what?
Okay, but he's just trying to save his job, and he would tell you, I got a better chance saving my job with Flacco than with Lamar right now. That's what he would say.
Still might not be.
Okay, it might not be enough. But if they do make the playoffs with Lamar, you've killed 2 birds.
Yes.
You've developed him, and you've gone ahead and succeeded.
I just believe for the long-term benefit, Lamar Jackson needs to remain the starter.
Okay, well, I agree. And one thing about this kid, I never see him crack. I love his poise. I love his presence. He keeps his cool. I never see him look like a rookie. You know, he doesn't. He never looked like he was stressed with the Heisman pressure on his shoulders.
Because he came back and theoretically, he had a better year statistically.
He did.
His second year after, the year after he won the Heisman, then he did. His win-loss record didn't say that. But
my point is, you can't ruin him this year. No. He's not ruinable. He's not one of those kids who has that fragile sort of confidence about him that they'll never recover.
Right.
He'll be fine.
It takes a lot, Skip, when you haven't had a quarterback like this and to all of a sudden have to design an offense that's centered around what he really does well, because most of the guys are used to having prototypical quarterbacks drop back, throw the ball 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and get the ball out of their hands. Well, this kid is not like that. So you have to, a lot of stuff has to come off of zone read, RPOs, and to design that takes a lot.
Yeah, but when he rolled out and hit that crease yesterday, he was in the end zone like that. Yeah. It's like,
and that's
so fast.
And that's what you have to guard against, Skip, because when you play a guy like this and you rush and you go past him, now he jumps out of a window. Do you really want to try and chase that down from behind?
Nope. That's the beauty of this kid. That's what he has to offer, and he will continue to offer it, and I just hope they don't go back to Fluco.
190 rush yards from the kid. You're right. He doesn't look fazed by it, though. That is a good way to look at it. Well, speaking of making the playoffs, are the Steelers a contender with Big Ben? Different kind of quarterback. We'll discuss that next.